It is up on us. We are here. Today will be the first day of practice, and the teams will be getting out there doing what they do. But throughout this week, especially coming up on Wednesday, Thursday, we started seeing a lot of movement, a lot of things that were developing as far as the teams and updates. And honestly, some of those updates, I believe they were there at Italy. But let's just be honest, Italy was just not the place to get or extract any type of data or real information as far as updates was concerned, because Italy was not just cooperating. Imola's GP was not cooperating with anybody. And yeah, that wasn't the best place if you were going to bring updates. And I think Ferrari took the right approach. They were like, it's not it. And then you had the sprint format. So with the sprint format, you didn't get as much time to try to adjust to these updates and make changes before the cars went into Parc Fermé, and then you couldn't do really anything besides for maybe aero adjustments, if that. So it really wasn't the best place for that. So with us going forward in Miami, the weather can be finicky in Miami. Like, don't get it twisted. Right now in the South, especially the United States, summer is up on us and things do look nice, good, and hot. But the temperature in Miami is extra humid and thick. And at times you can just get random rain. Okay, so that could be another situation that does occur. But at least especially when I've traveled to Miami or Jacksonville, any part of Florida, the rain comes and it typically goes. So let's get into the meat of what we are here for, and that is to look at some of these updates that Mercedes is bringing, because we've been looking for Mercedes to bring updates for quite some time. So right here on the front wing, you can see that we have some angle adjustment. I believe the top portion I want to say the top portion may be the newest, and the bottom portion the latter. But as you see right here, we have angle adjustment for more downforce on that upper photo and less downforce on the lower photo. And with that being the case here, you could tell, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Let's get into some of these other photos, but right there you can see some front wing adjustment. The next image, we're seeing the wing front on. Okay, the top photo is new, bottom photo old. Big shout out to Albert. But as you see right here, we have transitions happening. We have some changing up here in the form of the wing and right here on the lead. And we'll have a photo where we'll outline some of these differences. But right there, you can see that. And that right there is something that you could tell they're trying to form. They're trying to direct different types of airflow, or airflow differently than before. And I'm hoping that Mercedes has based this off a lot of research. I'm hoping that they're really trying to attack this porpoising issue, and this may be part of the solution. With that being the case, I also don't think that it's going to be an elaborate solution. Toto had already said that he's looking not for Miami to be the end solution be all, but more of a direction indicator if they're moving in the right way. And if they're not, then they're definitely going to revamp. Now, right here, I'm going to show another set of photos that will also show us the difference on where this area is, the rear wing beam area. As you can see, the top portion is the new, bottom portion is the latter. They've slimmed that down quite a bit, considerably amount right there. You can tell that slimmed down. So also changing some of the airflow, the way that's going to go over that section. Right here, you can see a side profile of the rear wing. Now I'm going to have a photo where I'll compare, and we'll look and see the dramatic difference in this rear wing setup compared to the other. And right here, here's the photo. Okay, so we have a different transition down here in this portion, and we saw that bit more of a divot down here. And right here, you could tell the flap shape of this wing is more smoothed out. It's not edge rippled right there. And then this leading edge is raised in that section right there, as to catch that airflow on that side and kind of bring it down up under, and not split so much over the top portion here. You're kind of taking a little bit more airflow and taking up under here when you raise that gap. Anytime you raise something away from the ground or floor, you're allowing more airflow to flow in between the subject and the street or whatever the surface may be. Then we're going to go into this next set of photos, which will bring you a little bit more close and personal, especially to show you a certain area if you're not familiar with the rear wing beam area. This is where this area exists, back here in this section below. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that so I can pause this. Let's see. Rear section. Let's see. Excuse me. All right, right here. So as you can see, rear wing beam section, this area exists right in here. All right. Now this is an older photo, and you can see that this would be the bottom portion. And you can see it's quite a bit more wide, a lot taller. And you can see this area right here where it's new. They trimmed that down. So there's a nice little dip here, whereas on the ladder, that dip wasn't as pronounced and this section was wider. So they've lessened the width, and it has a little dip there. And as well on this leading edge, it's not as protruding and then kind of angled back on its attack. The next photo, we'll just go into some of this aero, some of the bits, some of the carbon fiber bits that they've put in here that are in here to just direct airflow. It's just crazy, not crazy. It's just very amusing, very interesting to see the amount of nuances and pieces and fins and leading edges and trailing edges and gurneys and everything that is going in. It's like even in the smallest area where you wouldn't think there's some, like if you take this wheel and tire setup off, you're going to see more of that. They are trying to maximize airflow to the umpteenth degree, and that is what you see here. And I think that is a beautiful sight. Like, to me, that is beautiful. Engineering is beautiful to me. Bryson is the engineering mind. I'm very, very excited when I see things like, especially carbon fiber. As you know, with my current build, I'm getting into a lot of carbon fiber aero parts to a degree because I'm not racing the vehicle. It's more of an aesthetic, but at the same time, I love it. Okay, I had a custom fiber front gurney clip chin piece made. And we're talking about not something bigger than like 5 inches in diameter, not even near a 1/4 inch width. And that piece cost me upward of $2,000 to have made. And that's it. It's a chin piece. That's about it. Carbon fiber does cost money, especially when you have it molded, then you have it finished, and then you have it procured and all this other stuff. So yeah, that costs money. And so I love to see carbon fiber bits like this. Let's go to our next slide. Right here, you can really dramatically see that this wings package going into Miami is low drag, low downforce. That you can definitely tell is the case here. This right here is the newest setup with the graffiti on the side. And if you compare that to the upper photo, what I'll do is I will go ahead and I'll adjust this so you could get a good portion of this up there like that. So you can really see the trailing edge. Now look at that. Look at the angle of this rear wing compared to this one. All right, look at the width, the side, look at the shape up top, how they have these raised areas on the outer edges, but here you don't see that. With this indication, they're definitely less downforce, less drag. All of this, I'm pretty sure, is going into getting closer to the solution of no porpoising. I don't know if they reach no porpoising this season, but I do think they can dramatically decrease it because we've already seen Ferrari, one of the teams that definitely still has porpoising going on, but they're leading and they've been winning races and they've been running fast. So it is possible that if these changes deliver to Mercedes some positive indications, that they can get this power unit turned up to where they want to and start running a bit faster and a bit stronger. There's no sense in having additional power when you can't utilize it correctly. You just put yourself in a situation to where you're either going to have an accident, you're either just going to run slower because you can't run as efficient. Remember, the name of the game is to run fast consistently, not fast intermittently. That doesn't get you too far in races. If there's another team running fast and more efficiently, they're going to beat you all the time. Like, you can't just be fast in one section of the track. You have to be fast in several sectors of the track. And we'll go to this next photo. And right here, this is the front wing adjustment, just to give you a closer view to see the amount of adjustment that is going into that wing between that and this. So you can see that amount of adjustment. And then this next photo is the same thing, the rear wing beam. All right. So I'm going to be doing several videos depending on what does come out, because there are a lot of developments coming into Miami as well as upgrades. I also will, as soon as I get a list of the upgrades, have a video either today or tomorrow discussing the upgrades that all the teams have bought, if they brought some. Now, every time teams don't bring upgrades, we've seen where Ferrari declared no upgrades, Mercedes declared no upgrades, Haas. So all teams may not be bringing upgrades, but I would be, if I was a betting man, which I don't bet often, I would say that every team probably is going to have some sort of an upgrade. Every team, especially in Miami, the inaugural race. And on top of that, this is a situation where you're likely to have good climate control before you go back over to UK. All right, because we already know that England weather, UK weather is more rainy than not. That's just the nature of that environment. So I'm going to bet that this is going to be a race we see a lot of teams bringing updates. Now, this more than any other time previously, you might be want to watch the practices to even see how these upgrades go. I know I will be, and I'll be back here to talk to you about that. So I'm excited about this. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm going to have on a shirt. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to have on a different shirt Saturday and Sunday for the race. I will be here live for qualifying on Saturday. I will be here live post the race for finale kickback. No, the finale lap, post the race, qualifying kickback on Saturday, during qualifying, live watch along. So come on, sign on, share, come talk crap about other drivers, boost your driver, your team, but just keep all the racism and all the other crap out the window. We can still talk a lot of crap without being personally disrespectful. I had somebody reach out to me in my DMs because of the Max crash strapping video I made about him throwing the baseball. And this person felt the need to DM me and personally attack me, and that was just totally uncalled for. And I don't want to see that, nor do I really want to push that point, but things happen, right? I'm not personally attacking any of you. I don't do that. I don't even personally really attack drivers as much as I talk about and have a little fun, but you're not going to see me on here calling them bees and all out of their name. You know, I might make up a name. I'm good here for nicknames. That's something I do here, but I'm not going to be calling them all types of obscenity cuss words out of their name. Like I just really don't do that unless I get really pissed off. But to get that pissed off, a driver would have to personally offend me, and that hasn't happened because, I mean, hell, they don't really know about me anyway, right? So that's another thing you need to be aware of. Like you're personally attacking each other. When we deal with each other, we have more communication between each other than you ever would any driver on the grid, right? So we should have a little bit more respect and care for each other, and just have an environment where we could come collaborate, whether we disagree or agree, and just still be a community among each other as a motorsports enthusiasts. So I'm not going to stay too long. I hope you enjoyed this video on the updates. Like I said, I will be having more going into the Miami GP, and I'll see you later. Just build it. Peace. Thanks for tuning in and watching another video here at Wolfpack Performance. Check out some of my other content on Formula One issues, our topics, and our DIY products on how to customize your vehicle. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.